Hello, sweet friends. How's everybody doing this evening? Happy Monday to you. Hope you had a beautiful Sunday and a beautiful Flag Day yesterday. Yesterday was our Flag Day. I'm still got some red, white, and blue on today to just carry it over for today. And let me see if I can find us on my iPad. Hope you've been safe from the storms. We've bypassed them. I cannot find myself. Hi, what's going on here? Where are we? If I can find myself, you won't be able to find myself. There we are. Oh my goodness. I tell you what, technology is grand when it works and when we don't have to figure it out. When it just works the way it should. Well, I am having all kinds of technical difficulties. I do apologize. But I do hope that you had a blessed week and that you've enjoyed a day off yesterday. And we are going to go ahead and start with the project. And then I'm going to show you all the amazing stencils that are in this new set, Western Farmhouse. It is a pretty cool set. I like it. It's got a lot of fun things in there, and I hope it really appeals to our Western farmhouse friends. And the part that I like about it, I'll show you. It has several faith-based sentiments, wording in there, and I just love that. Let me turn you down so we can get started here. This is an 8x10 board that I bought from Amazon to use as a backer board for frames. Like if you buy frames and you don't have a backer board, you can use this. You can paint on it, stain on it, decoupage on it. It is, I don't know, some kind of wood board. But it is really easy to put in an 8x10 frame. Of course, this is an 8x10 size, so it can only fit in that size frame. But it helps you to use old frames that might have the backing gone. And then you can also buy the little sliders that go on there to keep it in. So you can buy an old frame if you just have the outer part and buy inserts and then make your own backer and put the little things on there. I have already put truffle milk plain from Sweet Pickins on here. I get mine from Andrea at the Cutest Little Thing, and I am going to show you how I did that. I love the way that looks. Normally milk paint has, people ask what the difference is in milk paint, and I'm still new to milk paint, but normally milk paint has a automatic chippy ability. The way it is made, it has automatic chippiness to it. I added a little bit of bonding boss from Dixie Belle to it because I don't want to have it too chippy because I want a stencil on it. And all you do is you mix up 1 scoop of water with 1 scoop of milk paint. It is even amounts, so 1-to-1 ratio. So if you have 1 teaspoon of milk paint, you do 1 teaspoon of water. And I still have some left in here, so let's see if this will be enough to do this side. If not, we're just going to mix up just a smidge more. I'm just using a brush that I don't even know where I found this brush. We're going to put this on real quick so that we can, and here is the color truffle. That is the color that I'm using. Sorry, I forgot about that. And I am just going to scoot that up once that is done. And I am just going from side to side. I found that if I spritzed mine a little bit, it helped me move this over. I cannot talk this evening. It helped me move this on a little bit smoother. But milk paint is a little bit thicker, but it has that natural flaky ability, and that's what I love about it. It's just instant chippiness, but since I added the bonding bus in here, it is not going to be as chippy as it normally would be, because I don't want it to be chipping when I'm trying to stencil over top. You can layer colors over one another, and sometimes, depending on what your project is, your second coat is the one that chips more than the previous coat. So your first coat might go on smooth, and then your second coat might be the one that is the more chippy one. Also with milk paint, and like I said, I am not an expert with it. I am new to it. But you can do just like you would do with regular paint. You can put a coat of beeswax under here to help it not adhere to the places that you don't want it adhere to. So you can do that. Oops, must knock my paints over. So if you want more chippiness, like around the edges, I could have put extra wax on here, and I would have gotten a more chippy look on the edges. Let's switch that around. And you have to use the milk paint fairly quickly. It does not keep, I honestly cannot tell you right now, top of my head, for how long you can keep milk paint. I would have to look that up. But you gotta use it, I'm gonna say, within 24 hours. But I love it. Like I said, I just started using it, and I've been having so much fun using it. And I am gonna work on a sewing machine drawer. Hopefully, I'm trying to get to it this week. So we're gonna use some milk paint on that. And I hope that you guys will be able to come along for that project. And I normally, if I have vintage or old things, I normally don't paint it or mess up that finish. But this is the old drawer that I bought. I don't even know where I got it, to be honest with you. I bought it thrifting somewhere. I'm probably going to go back and do the sides with another brush where I can get it easier on. But that's what we have right now. That's what it looks like. Put my brush in here, and I still have a little bit left in here. But that's what we have right now. So I am going to set this to the side so we can look, and this can do its drying thing. So we can look at the new Hello Red, White and Craft. You mean after you paint it, you can seal it? Yes, you can seal it. You can use a wax, like, oh goodness gracious, like a light furniture wax or spray sealer. You just don't want to brush it on too much, because you're going to end up removing some of the, hello Danette, hello Barb, removing some of the chippiness, because it's going to keep on flaking. But yes, you need to seal milk paint, because it's going to continue to keep flaking on you. So it will continue to distress. That is the word I was looking for. Let's see what this new set has. We've got some new 3-inch mini Western letters. I love those. I love letters. You can use them for so much stuff. And this would be cute on a little board. Like if you make a little sign that says howdy, or maybe you want to spell your kiddo's name, that will be amazing. So these are A to Z mini 3-inch Western letters. Then another fun one is Desert Aztec diamonds, and it's 3 of them in here, those 3, so you have 3 different ones. This one is completely open, and on this one you could even use a you could paint it, and you could even use a transfer in the middle, a Western style transfer you could add in here. But look at that tray that they created here. There are so many possibilities. You can make like a coat rack and put those on there, or to hang your dog leashes or something. That will be really cool. Here is another one with a pattern. It is for a 16-inch round. It is howdy, and then it also has this Aztec pattern. And look at that, there's howdy. And I didn't even look to see. These letters in this pack are just a smidge smaller than the howdy. So if you, for instance, would have a smaller round, you can use these and spell out howdy. And then you can still use this. You just would not have, you'd cut a little bit off of this off if you had a smaller round. But you can use this with these letters and spell out howdy. And they call the thing, take away that, and they call the thing rodeo. This is an 8 by, no, this is a 10 by 12. I'm sorry, this is a 10 by 12. Look at that bowl. Is that just not cool? I think that will look good on a grill master's apron. If you put that on a person's apron, you know, they call this the rodeo. He's barbecuing. He's the king of the grill. You can use just the cacti. You could just use the word rodeo. You could use just just the bull with the cowboy on there. Really cool. I said very Western themed. This one is, I think, my favorite. It is Isaiah 8:11-13, and I have not checked to see if the wording is correct, which I'm pretty sure it is, but just in case, we always double check, but I didn't do that yet. Follow the word, not the herd. Is that just not darling? Look at that little one right here. Is she just not cute? Follow the word, not the herd. It has the cross you can use separate. You can just say, follow the word. You got the verse down here. I just love it. And these are just so cute. Now, mind you, with this, you see all those little rigidy bridges. It's going to be hard to clean. Just be very cautious and careful when you clean this. Don't be scrubbing like this, because you will bend up those little individual things. But just look at that. And you can just use the mama and the baby. Or you can just use the walk up to the cross. There's so many different things you can do with these. I just love these. They are just amazing to me. Okay, I lied. I have another favorite. And this one is a Highland cow and flowers set. And it is a 3-layer design. It says, welcome, and it got our Highlander. But look at this. It is in a 3-layer set. This is your first set. You do the darker color, the lighter color, and the greenery. Then you come in with the other darker colors, fill in the face and the parts of the sunflower, and then you add the yellow and the lighter colors to it. Is that just not darling? And look, what I would hang that on my door. And I'm rural, but I am not in the western parts, but there is so many farmers around here that have cows. I just think she is just cute. She is just darling. I just love it. I just love it. And you could also use sunflower transfers, and give her a little crown on the top. And this is for a 16-inch, no, this is a 12 by 12. This is a 12-inch door hanger, but you can also make it bigger. You could literally just do this part and then move that out. You just have to make sure when you do your layering that you layer it up correctly. But you could move it out a little bit and make it onto a bigger round. And then we have a pattern. It is called Tooled Leather Pattern. That is pretty cool too. I can see that in all kinds of different colors. And of course that gave us the 6x6 bonus. Just love the bonus. I mean, look, you can have it as a diamond shape. You can put that on a tray really nice. Those would make really cool coasters. Just some ideas. And then the last one is a majestic one. He owns the cattle. It's a 12 by 16. And look at that Texas Longhorn. He owns the cattle of 1,000 hills. Psalm 50:10. Look at that Longhorn. You know, you can also put these on like kitchen towels. The pattern is amazing. I love that pattern. I don't know yet what I want to do with it. I'm thinking about some things. But even just the little pattern you can put on a let me go back to the pattern. You could put that on a towel. You can just do a bottom, you know, leave, like if this is your kitchen towel, leave a border, then add these across. Just a simple little border on a towel. I mean, just so many ideas. And I love that one. You can just use cattle. You can just use the steer. I just love it. Then of course they have an example on colors and how they used it, and you can just follow that. But there is 9 sets in here, and 2 of them are layered. And you're wondering, you're like, I only seen one layered one. The other layered one I'm using tonight, and that is Pray Until the Cows Come Home. It is a layered stencil. Pray until the cows come home. Look at that. Is that just not cool? I love that. It's got our little cows on there. It's got some grassy scenery. You can just use the word pray. You can use, let's see. You can use come home. You know, like come home. You can just use cows. There's just different ways you can use this. You can just use the scenery. But I really love that one. And it's a 2-part. That's part number 1 and this is part number 2. And they do have, I don't know if you can see it, they have the pray until, and on the bottom they have it marked as well. Then they have the little registration marks, so you can line that up really well. And they have layer 1 in that top corner right here. And then this will be layer 2 with those Texas steers. It's got a little cacti in here. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, look at it, it's almost dry already. So let's finish drying this. It does has great coverage. What is your favorite out of this set? Mine is the follow the word, not the herd, and the sunflower 3-layer stencil with the Highlander. I just think that is adorable. And I like that it is smaller because not everybody has big doors to use, or if you want to use it for an inside door, it will be better for an inside door if you use that. Because inside doors are smaller than your outside doors. I'm thinking this is pretty dry. And it's got a little crackle to it already. I don't know if you can see some of that crackle. It just has a really beautiful crackling to it. Just going to sand that a little bit real quick. And that's just the 120 sanding sponge. And let's see, maybe you can see that. It is crackling a little bit. Let's get to it. And don't forget to take a sneak peek. I'll put the, let me dry this on this side a little bit more. I'll put the link in the description. I don't know which one the site was I was wanting to use. I can use that one, but I am going to dry this a little bit more. The link for the sneak peek for the Western Farmhouse is in the description. It is sneak peeking all week. Saturday you have the launch. So if you're interested in any of these designs or the bundle, which is discounted as always, I want to stick with this side. I just like this side. And this fits completely on here because this is an 8 by 10. So I am just going to get some tape. So all week sneak peek, reveal on Saturday, reveal launch on Saturday, and then there will also be a launch party. So excited. I will be ambassadors going live. And all we have on here is the sunset, part of the cows, and the greenery. You can see the words on here, but they are not stenciled on. And then don't forget, don't stencil on here. You can put tape over it, but you can mark it if you think you're not going to be able to line it up well. I am not going to mark it. I'm just going to leave it. And the colors I will be using is traditional burnt umber, milk chocolate, and salted caramel. I'm going to do the salted caramel for the sunset right there. And I'm going to use a dome brush for that. here. I'm going to use a dome brush. I was thinking of whether I wanted to use a dome brush or not. I'm just loading it up. And then we offload the sides. Offload our brush. I've got a big opening here, so I can start in that big opening. And then I can come in from the outside in. And I know these are hills and stuff, but sometimes the sun does illuminate everything, so I am going to make this in this golden color as well. I'm going to put my finger on the little cow back here because I don't want him in that sunset mustard color. And I'm very light with my hand on here. I think I'm going to do this little hill too. If we don't like it when it's all done, I can always lay it back down. And put in another color over top. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Put my brush in my wet Clorox wipe. The rest of it, I am just going to do all in one color, and I am going to do it in milk chocolate. I am going to try to keep it very simple, and mine will be like that sepia look when you go to the amusement places and they have a photo booth with your Western gear, and you can get a photo made. That's what I'm doing, that sepia look. That is my color scheme. And once you do it like this, then you can look and see, oh, I can, next time, I can do this in green, and I can do that in another light color, and then you can play around and experiment with your colors. I had something on my brush. So experiment first, try out tone on tone, and then you can add different colors to it. As you know, we can make the background a little bit more green. We can do the mountain ranges in a little bit more gray tones. It's like he has greenery and cacti, so you could do that in two different green tones. Just pull up pictures of what a landscape will look like. You type in, Texas Ranch, Texas Longhorns, Midwest scenery. That's what I do. I'm not sure how something looks. I type in on Pinterest what I want to look at, or Google. And I get, like with the peacock, I get a color scheme on what it would look like, because I've never been in Texas. I drove through Texas. I have been to Oklahoma, but just to a military base. So I don't know what the scenery looks like in Arizona, Oklahoma, Texas. So if I want to recreate something in that, from that area, I have to look. I just know that the land is a lot flatter over there than it is here. I need a little bit more. Because when I drove out there to Fort Sill, Oklahoma for our son's graduation from boot camp, I was amazed on how flat it was. And I'd never seen a ranch before, so when we were riding through the countryside, we saw those big ranches with the names over top. Oh my gosh, I was like, wow, look at that. It was interesting to me. And then on the way back, it was interesting to me because when we came back and we saw the mountains, the Appalachian Mountains, it was like, wow, that's what it looks like. You know, you take things for granted. And, you know, it's like this verse says, pray until the cows come home. Don't take things for granted. Pray. Pray and pray some more. I was going to take a peek. I think that looks good. And we're done with this one. There's nothing else on here. And this is what we have so far. What do you guys think? You think you guys could do this? What colors to use exactly? It gives you, and hey Sherry, by the way, did I miss anybody else? And Red, White, and Craft, remind me what your name is. I cannot remember your name. And please support one another, encourage one another. I like to uplift you and shout your names out. I am gonna sand this real quick. I'm very happy about that color for the sun. And yes, this is like a mountain range or grasslands in the background, but I like it that it is, the sunset is reflecting that. I like that. And I did not put my register marks on here, so I am gonna have to line this up, but I know that this is an 8x10, so I know it's gotta lay pretty close to how my board is. And I'm gonna tape it and then I'll show you. I hope, no, couldn't have had, I was gonna say, I hope I didn't have this one backwards, but I couldn't have had this backwards because there's only one way to put it with the words on there. Doubting myself. Now we're just going to use the traditional burnt umber. And thank you guys for commenting. Please spread this out, spread the whimsy out into the neighborhood so that others will see. And I just try to help you not be scared of trying things. It's a 2-layered stencil. We are using just 3 colors to get this on here, and then after that works, we can experiment. And we got the background color, and I didn't even do a very difficult background. So don't be afraid of stenciling or trying the layered stencils. Loaded our brush. Gonna offload the brush and the sides because we don't want any edges to be too wet. And now we're just going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to do everything. I am not changing anything on here. Just make sure you don't go over your register marks. And for those that are just hopping on now, this is one of the new stencils in the sneak peek of the Western farmhouse, which I love, so that our Western farmhouse friends can enjoy some beautiful stencils as well. I gotta reload. Just dipping into my paint, rubbing it in, and then I'm come off over here and I offload a little bit. I love this already. We did see Texas Longhorns on the way down. It was pretty cool when we went to Fort Sill. What we did is we went to Oklahoma through the southern states first, and then on the way back I went through the upper states to come back. That was really, really cool. I really enjoyed that drive. It was a long drive, but that was so much fun. This is gonna be so cool. Hello, Mitzi, how are you? Who is gonna try this one? Or who would try this one? Like I said, don't be intimidated. These are not that difficult. Just stance your brush over it. I'm holding on to the stencil with my other hand down here. And what is the worst that can happen? Something doesn't look right, and you just go back over it with another color. You just sand it down. Just practice on a piece of cardboard. I mean, you can even frame a piece of cardboard. If you have a good piece of cardboard, nobody's going to know in a frame that that was a piece of cardboard. Unless they take it out. I am going right and left so that I can get all those little grooves, crevices covered, because the grass has got lots of little small areas. Reload. And again, if you wanted the pray until the cows come home in a different color, you could have chosen a different color to use for that. You could have made that black. But I wanted to show you just with 3 colors how easy this is. And maybe I'll find out that it would have been better to use the colors reversed. We'll find out when we reveal it. And then I'm going to show you where I'm going to put this. Like I said, you could put it in an 8x10 frame. going to put it in a clipboard. Got to get a little bit more. What are you guys working on so far? Are you working on fall, Halloween, or are some of you already starting on Christmas for shows? I have not started fall, and I've got way too much paint here. I'm hoping that I did not get bleed. I did not offload enough. I keep telling you, offload, offload, offload. I did not follow my own advice. Any one of you ordered any out of the Everyday Home collection? That whole collection is absolutely amazing. If you had not had a chance to look at that one, I encourage you to check it out. I have not looked today to see how many are left in each, but I know that there is some that will sell out quick. Because there were just so many good ones in there. My brush is shedding. So who decorates in a Western farmhouse style here? Or would you? Are you in an area where you could do that? I mean, if you would be coastal, then probably not. I could do Western farmhouse here. Most definitely. Matter of fact, the other night, I cannot remember, maybe a couple of weeks ago, I don't know, but those cows were just a mooing and a talking, and then one field of cows was talking to another field of cows, and I'm like, my gosh, you guys got a lot to say. They were just talking with each other. I'm going back over the cow to make sure I didn't miss any spots. I am taking a peek. I'm going to go back over that prey up here a little bit. Are you guys still there? I don't see any comments. I don't know if I lost you guys or if I lost comments. I gotta refresh my page a lot in order to see comments. Since I have my phone backwards, it's hard to see the comments really well. I do that so that you guys can see the project right side. I think this will do it, guys. Had a little bleed on the bottom, but just a little bit, not much. What you guys think? And we could have made our cows in a lighter brown, but see, it has the light brown from the background, then the milk chocolate and the dark chocolate on there. And to me, it looks like one of those sepia photo things. And down here, I've got a little bit of bleed. I'm just gonna take my little pokey tool. I call it a pokey tool. And I'll just come in and straighten that right back out. And I just love this saying, pray until the cows come home. I think we all can take that advice to pray more. I don't know if it's necessarily to pray more or to pray with more intent. That's why when people ask for prayer, I try to stop and pray right then and there. That way I know I will not forget. And there we have that. I am going to sand over it. I'm going to make sure everything is dry. It's my small sanding sponge. This is also 120. I just cut it in half to be a little bit more easy to use. And then you guys know I do my edges. To bring that in. I like it framed out. It just gives it that little extra I also like the rustic look of it. This brush really has an issue. So let me recap. This is the new Western Farmhouse collection from Essential Stencil. The link is in the header, in the description. Available for a sneak peek right now, and I'll put the link there, so you just click on it. And then you can go straight to the page. They'll go live on Saturday or midnight Friday. I always go over it a little bit to just age it out to get a little bit more rusticness in here. See, all the cows and everything has ground under them, so we're good. Got a little chippiness going on. That just pulls it all together. And then this is how I envision it being styled. I've got this rustic frame. You can hang it. You can set it up. And there's all those little tabs. And you can do the same thing with a canvas. You can find a canvas in that size. I think that's pretty straight. And you can, if you want to, depending on what your style is, you can rust the background up. You can add color to the frame. You can leave this neutral and just change this out. For instance, right now we have this on here. Well, maybe next month you want a reminder of something else, and you can turn it around and you can add some sunflowers on here or a fall scene. So you have a reminder to pray. You can sit that in your kitchen or somewhere where you will be reminded that, hey, don't forget to pray today. And what a wonderful reminder to pray. Pray until the cows come home. Thanks for sprinkling, Miss Cindy. Is that just not cute? And now that you know what this looks like, you can see where you had the lighter colors and the darker colors. Now you can use your colors. I got this from off a Facebook marketplace. The lady had, I think, 3 or 4 of them, and I snatched them up real quick. So I don't know where she got them from. There is a label back here, but I don't know. It just says where it was made and the style number. It doesn't say where it is from. But now that you know the layout, you know all of this is the cow. This is greenery, and underneath the cow is greenery. Now you can go in and you can decide on what you want to be greenery, what you want you know, the cow colors to be. So now you can change it up and you can add things to it and do it in a different color scheme, because you know, for right here for the cactus, you need lighter greens, and then this is darker greens. The grass, this will be darker green. Right here is a little bit light, and right there, this one has light and dark green. So you can now pick and choose how you want this, if you want it in color. I just want it neutral. I just want it to be that sepia look with that amazing sunset in the background. And I think it's just, I think I even want the edge to be more dark. I think I am going to darken that edge up a little bit more. To me, it can be just a little bit darker. So it'll stand out a little bit more. And again, don't be afraid to do this, because you can always sand it off. If it is too much, you don't like it, or it wasn't the right color, you can sand it off. But I think that darker color looks good, and it gives it that little extra something. I just dipped it back in my paint, and and all I am doing is I'm just going at an angle like this. I just wanted to let you guys see that. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks for sprinkling out the whimsy to others. Thank you for your comments, your thumbs up, your hearts, all the things. They make a huge difference to all of your creators. The FB is not, or the book is not pushing it out as much as it used to. Oh yeah, I like this. This looks much better now with that darker color. See, play around with your piece. I know I only create one piece, but I want to show you all the little things on it. Look at the difference now. I just love that framed out look. And I don't know if you can see, let me find a place. You can see some of the crackling from the milk paint. It didn't crackle or chippy as much because I added the bonding boss. So it wouldn't crackle so much on me, because I was using a stencil. And here we are. We can hang it on the wall, or we can stand it up. And then we can pray until the cows come home. Do you guys have any questions? Hi, Maggie. Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know where she got these. Yes, I am a guest on Stencil of the Month Club. I'm so excited, ladies. You guys just don't know. Those little things in life just mean a lot. And I have prayed a lot. And I prayed a lot for you guys too. So those little things, being able to be part of the Stencil of the Month Club or the launch party, it just means a lot to me. And it wouldn't be possible without you guys, without your thumbs up, your comments, your hearts, being here, and your support. Hey, Marilyn. Thank you, Maggie. I just love that. I don't take things lightly like that. It just really means a lot to me, and I appreciate that. So let me know what you want to see from me. What is it that, is there a stencil? Is there something you want me to do that you haven't seen before, or that you have questions about? I gladly do something that is meaningful to you and helpful to you. So just let me know. I want to inspire you and help you to do a layered stencil. I know this is only 2 layers, but some of you might still be intimidated, or someone new to stenciling, you're like, I don't think I can do that. Yes, you can. We used 3 colors. We used traditional burnt umber. We used milk chocolate from Decor, and we used salted caramel. That's all we used, and the background was milk paint. That's all we used, is these 3 colors. Whoop, I'm gonna throw everything at you. And then we used truffle Sweet Pickens milk paint for the background. Easy peasy. You could put a stencil on the back, you could put a transfer on the back, then you could flip it around and use it interchangeably. What a wonderful way to, be greeted in the morning, thank you, Maggie, to have a reminder on the way out of the door. Just something to just put a smile on your face and just be a gentle reminder to you, or lift your spirit. All right, ladies, this is it for this evening. I am going to head on downstairs, see what hubby is doing, and don't forget, 8 o'clock. It should be Amanda on the Essential Stencil page, and she will have something wonderful for you too. She'll be showcasing this collection. There is 9 stencil sets in this collection. There's a bundle available at I believe 20% discount, and individual stencils, they will be available. The launch day is Saturday the 20th, and if you so desire, you can use my code WK21. I would so greatly appreciate it if you would do, and just use a code to help you save some money. That is the most important part. All of us ambassadors have codes, so use one and support your stenciling habit, because it is a habit, but save while doing it. I appreciate you. You guys have a blessed evening.